What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM, guys. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. I'm your host, Michael Abernathy, and welcome back to the show, predicated on the journey of life and business. Well, guys, if you know somebody whose life would be changed or bettered by listening to the show, would you partner with me and share it with them? I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for changing lives with me. Well, I actually want to talk about how to move forward and actually run towards the fire. So one of the things that Andrew and I often talk about, just in terms of leadership and in the company, is how do we find the real work, the work that we need to be doing, and how do we help other people look, find, and run towards the fire? It's interesting because if you ever look at situations, or if you ever look at confrontation, most people want to shy away from confrontation. And I understandably so. It's not comfortable, but that seems to be how we are as people, is we don't like uncomfortable things. But here's the thing. You're going to have to do hard things in life. You're going to have conversations that are hard. You're going to have to do work that is hard that you may or may not like, right? You're going to have to focus on things when you don't want to focus and really put forth effort when you don't feel like it. And how do you do that? And Andrew was talking to me because in my side, in my personality, I'm very more direct. If you need to read a book on personalities, one that's great is I'm Surrounded by Idiots, and it's a great book. It's not derogatory. What it is along the book you find out that, it's actually my fault because I don't know there are different personalities out there, and I don't know how to act with other personalities outside of my own and personality types. It's a great book. I encourage you to read it. But part of what happens is my personality color from that book is red, which means I'm a very direct person. Like when challenges come into my life, when hardship comes into my life, I normally don't shy away. I actually personally get excited. The harder things get, the more excited I normally become, which is, I've learned along the way, very abnormal. But Andrew and I have talked a lot about how do you get into the driver's seat? How do you move towards things that you don't want to do? And one of the things that we've talked about and that we've even, implemented within the company is we schedule it, right? You got to have a hard talk with somebody. You have confrontation with a team member. You might have to fire somebody and let somebody go if, you're in that position, or you've got to have an uncomfortable conversation with a friend and you keep putting it off. You need to schedule it, and you need to schedule it with whatever other party needs to happen. So schedule the hard thing, right? It's hard to get up and go to the gym. Awesome. Schedule it. You got to be here. And then you actually have to have accountability there too. Like, hey, tell a buddy, I'm going to go do this. And then if you don't, you got to lie to them and say, I didn't do it. I broke my promise, lied to you. But the point is schedule it. Take one step to schedule it. And then immediately after scheduling it, take the next step you'll need to do. Write the notes for the conversation. Write out the workout routine and the plan. Print it out. Pack your bag. You do a couple small things to gain momentum, and then you'll start moving towards it. The same thing with focus. Awesome. How am I going to focus on the work that I actually need to do and stop being distracted by all the work I don't need to do? Schedule it. Block off the whole time frame for yourself. Block it off. My wife, I've used her and talked about her in our relationship with her law firm. This is one of the things we've talked about, like, hey, make sure you have scheduled time to perform the work you need to do. Andrew and I do the same thing. Like my calendar has time blocked off for me to accomplish the work I need to, right? And the work that I need to focus on. And it's important, but the point that I'm trying to get at is this. There's nothing wrong with starting small. There's no shame in starting small to gain momentum. And then start small and then take a next step. Andrew, my wife talked to me about a book called Atomic Habits. I haven't read it, but essentially it's along the same lines as this, where you start small and you find the easiest path to begin the work or to begin doing the thing that you don't want to do. And it might be worth checking out. Again, I'm talking about a book that I haven't read, but it's along these same lines, and it came up in our conversations. It's come up. And anyways, the point of all this is schedule it. Put it on the calendar. You need to get momentum for a goal in the company that you need to build. Put it on the calendar. Have a team meeting. Call it a momentum meeting. And then you walk away with executables out of that meeting, right? You walk away with a goal, a time frame, and all these other things to apply pressure. Different partners we've had and different people we've worked for, they've talked about, hey, you got to set deadlines, and you set arbitrary deadlines to make yourself get the work done. And it's true. And then you promise it to a client, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, I've got to do this. The team's got to do this. Anyways, the whole point of this being is if you need to get started, schedule it. And you don't want to do stuff you don't want to do because it's hard, schedule it. All right, guys, I'm way over, so I'll catch you later. Peace.